Hey folks, good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I want to tell you how much I enjoyed watching the introductory presentations that you did. It's a great way to get to know you. Also remind you that you get a 50 on this first presentation. That way it takes some of the pressure off and you can learn through it. Now there's also a score that shows what you would have gotten had I used the rubric. So if you didn't do well on it, I don't want you to get discouraged because the focus of this class is to practice and work on some techniques. So from those rubrics, learn what you need to work on. In fact, next week, if some of you could create some time, or all of you, find some time we can either FaceTime or Skype or Zoom, so we can have a face-to-face conversation about 5 minutes. I'm here in the office on Tuesday and Thursday mornings from about 7:45 to 9:15. So if we could create time then, that'd be ideal. And for those of you who are on the Tech Campus, come by and see me. Let's visit face-to-face, all right? For your next presentation, make sure, number one, that you have the camera set at eye level. None of the looking down or off a table. Find a way to get it at eye level just the way you see this right now. It allows me to see your body language and gestures so that we can evaluate and critique that. I want you to have an audience of 2 or more for your presentation. I want to be able to see them. Originally, I was going to try to avoid having that requirement, but there was just a world of difference between those who had somebody watching them and those who didn't. The eye contact, the warmth, the response from an audience matters. So I'm going to ask you, find a way to pull it off. You need to have a couple of folks there watching you. Once you have an audience, find a way to move your eye contact to each member of the audience and also into the camera as one more member of the audience so that we can evaluate you on that. Above all, slow down. The majority of you slow down. It allows you to use gestures more. Think about how you might use pauses. One of the things I'm looking for when you're talking about something either really serious or funny, your voice and your face should reflect that. So if you'll slow down, those kind of things can happen, all right? The next presentation will require a lot more of you regarding structure. Having a clear intro, a preview of your main points, a transition into the body, 3 points in your body, transition from point to point, finally a transition to the conclusion. So I want you to think about 2 things. What's a great attention getter to get it rolling? And then how are you going to conclude with this next speech? I'm going to send you should have in your email this rubric for you, the grade. Holler at me if you have any questions. And again, I'd love to visit with you next week. Thanks.